Hello and welcome. Chris from Missouri here, bringing you another video about vintage baseball cards. In this video, I'm going to show you some cards. I'm going to show you some cards that I picked up at a recent card show in St. Louis. I went to this card show with a friend of mine, Mauricio, and my new friend from Tom, who is a huge baseball fan, and Billy Ballgame. And we took the day. It was a one-day show. We drove to St. Louis. And what a great time we had. We talked baseball and baseball cards all the way up and all the way back, and it was just a fun time. And pretty good crew going to the shows. So before I went to that show, I was messaged by a friend of mine that watches my channel named Steven, and you can I've talked about him before because he's invented this little really cool slab case holder, and I'll show it to you sometime because I'm going to get one from him. But he and I had talked beforehand, and he knows that I set up at shows on occasion and knows that I was looking for inventory. So we made a deal for 14 cards. I'm not going to show you all those cards, but they range from 79 to 72, and I had the deal worked out before I got there, which gives you more time. So if I use that a little bit with some big dealers, like if I'm going to go to a big show and I see them post their inventory, I will call them or reach out to them and see if I have something I can trade for that. I did that at Strongsville last year and was able to pick up 5 huge cards from a buddy of mine, Stan's Vintage Cards, and it just saves you time, saves you, you know, your time's worth something, saves the dealer time, and a big deal can be done before the show even starts. And that's what happened here. I'm not going to show you all the cards that I got from Steven, but I also picked up some other stuff, so please stay tuned and watch till the end. So here's some of that inventory. These are beautiful cards. Like I say, it ranged from 72 to 79, and there's 14 of them. And that Johnny Bench card right there is one of my favorite cards. So I was only at the show for about half an hour when my friend Jake and Josh came up. It's a father and son tandem, and you might remember them from an earlier show of mine. They bought me a bobblehead Johnny Bench that I have right by me here, and I keep it by me. But he had told me about this deal that he had made, and he brought these cards right here for me, and I haven't decided if they're going to be inventory or if I'm going to exchange them for some cards that I have of these 1960 Fleer baseball cards. Now, he got a Sandy Koufax. Look how pretty that is. This Brooks Robinson. Hard to beat these 63 Fleer cards. Look how pretty this Carl Yastrzemski is. Just beautiful. And then finally, I was actually sending a raw one of these cards. I'm not raw, a naked one of these cards to get fitted for this tuxedo. But I purchased this from those guys instead. And that's a Maury Wills rookie card. So I did pick up about a dozen other cards. I did pick up about a dozen other cards at the show for inventory, but the last 3 cards I have to show you I'm pretty proud of, and they're going to go right to my PC, and I think they're just wonderful looking cards. So I'm working on a Duke Snider run, and this 53 Bowman looks really pretty. That might come in handy when I do the Showcase Showdown on Baseball Collectors channel. And if you have not seen that, it's where he and I are battling, showing off a player run of a certain player. And a wheel chooses that player, and we just have fun showing cards and making fun of each other. Now, the last 2 cards I picked up, I'm pretty excited about. And this is the T202 Roger Bresnahan. This is a Hassan Cigarettes. It's just beautiful card. I always wanted one of these cards, but I picked up the one that I wanted, and it happens to be this one right here. This is the Tris Speaker. Now look at that card. That's beautiful. I'm excited to have it. Now, I was lucky enough to get to go to my first show of the year, and I hope I get to go to many, many more. Now, thank you for paying attention and watching that, and I hope everybody has a good start to the new year and their card collecting goals. And listen, guys, it's just a hobby. Collect what you like.